Go. Thanks. Hi, guys. I'm Penny, properly masked up while John and Wendy are taking my photo from 6 feet away. So they asked me, where do you want to do this and what do you want to say? And the first thing that came to mind for me was this back porch. I'm actually a big front porch person. That's why I bought the house, honestly, the only reason. And I usually spend my morning time, that's what I call it, when I do my prayers and my devotions with God on the front porch. But lately, because my brother lives here and we're all quarantined, he's taken over the front porch. And I have come to love this spot. There's a sunflower there that I got that reminds me how strong all things in nature can be. They may look weak. And by the way, I grow them wild from birdseed. Um, but the thing I just wanted to share with you is how hard this has been for me as a person. I had my mother's faith. That's what I used to call it as a kid. And then as I got to be an adult, I explored all sorts of ways to believe in a higher power. And I have never felt more at home in a church in my entire life, even as a kid, that I have at First Lutheran. It just was one of those things, I call it humming, where I know I'm in the right place for the right reason. I just felt like a little hum in me. And I was very happy when the church called one of my best friends, Pastor Sherritt, because I used to work for him at St. Ansgar's Lutheran. And that's the hardest thing for me is being amongst others, praising God, learning about God, finding something new. But it's the fellowship. It's the, you feel other people nodding around the same time, either in a sermon or smiling when someone's doing special music, or I would just go listen to the bells practice if they were still playing when on my way home from work. It's just a sacred place of gathering. And it's great that Tina and Pastor Sherritt are doing all of these things, and all sorts of people are pitching in and being as safe as they can. But it's not the same. Communion is my absolute favorite part of worship. And I don't mind saying this, when the Sherritt's kids are visiting, that's usually a time that they like to kind of whisper amongst themselves, like, oh, look, there's Marilee, or hey, there's Bunny, or whatever. And I always shush them because I want to watch the transaction, if you will, of receiving communion amongst the kids and amongst the adults. So how have I been keeping my faith and my sanity? There's one of the devotions that I read every day comes out of this book, and I thought I would just read it if that's okay. It's not the Bible, but it's just as close to a Bible for me. It's about acceptance. There are things that I've had to learn I cannot control, and that is hard for me. I'm the second oldest of a very poor family. My job was getting kids to school. I mean, I had a lot of responsibilities, and I just carried that over into my adulthood. And I wanted I wanted life to be on my terms. And it's been a hard lesson, but it's been a valuable one, especially in these times, because one of the things I pray to God is, show me what is my part today. Because, I would just like to take it over and tell the governor what to do, or the president what to do, or my neighbors what to do. But instead, this is what I read. Acceptance is the answer to all my problems today. When I am disturbed, it is because I find some person, place, thing, or situation, some real fact of my life, unacceptable to me. And I can find no serenity until I accept that person, place, thing, or situation as being exactly the way it is supposed to be at this moment. And then this is my absolute favorite line. Nothing, absolutely nothing, happens in God's world by mistake. I, in the world that I work in, every day I'm immersed in COVID-19 and people being laid off and furloughed and knowing what true poverty is and not knowing if they have the skills or the abilities and how much can I help is very hard for me. And I could not ever imagine that God would want this to happen. So what can I accept? I can accept whatever part I can give, whether it's the food shelf, taking care of my brother, worshiping with others, calling people, yelling hi to my neighbors, and I can take care of me. Anything else is God driven, and I just have to kind of accept that. And I can pray for those in charge and for a cure, but again, I can't make that happen. So anyway, now I'm kind of rambling, but I just really want you to know, if you think that showing up to a Wednesday service or a Saturday service or a Sunday service isn't important, so you're just going to stay home, I'm going to tell you, you are missed. I may not know you personally, but the fact that you're there worshiping, at least in my opinion, is the whole reason for going. So until we can see each other, even if we're masked and 6 feet apart, I wish you all well. If you need something, I'm very healthy. We've been tested and we're negative for COVID, and I'm very happy about that. So if you need something, please feel free to reach out to me. God bless all of you.